excited. So here's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna practice saying our alphabet, except for we're gonna take turns saying it. So Miss Neal's gonna say the first letter, and then you're gonna say the next letter. And then I'm gonna say the next letter, and then you're gonna say the next letter. So when I point to me, it's my turn. When I point to you, it's your turn. And we're gonna go all the way from letter A to letter Z. So I'm gonna start with A, and then you guys are gonna say B. That's right. And then I'll say C, and you'll say D. Great job. All right, I'm so excited to try this. We've never done this before, but I think it's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna start first. Are you ready? A, C, E, G, I, K, M, O, Q, S, U, W, Y. Wonderful! You guys rocked it out with that alphabet practice. You go, guys. What a fun way to practice our alphabet. It's time to do some syllable practice. We started this last week, and I'm excited for us to continue practicing with this because syllables are a great way for us to learn how to read big words. And we all want to read big words, right? Well, if we learn how to break it into parts or syllables, it helps us read those big words because we can break them into smaller words. So we're gonna practice today just like we did last week. I'm gonna say a word, we're gonna clap the number of syllables, and then we're gonna say how many claps we did. Our first word is tablet. Ready? Tablet. Tablet has 2 syllables. Wonderful. Let's try another one. Dog. Dog. Ready? Dog. Dog has 1 syllable. Very nice. Here's our next one. Dollar. Dollar. Ready? Dollar. Dollar has 2 syllables. Wonderful. Let's try one more. Spaghetti. This is a bigger one. Spaghetti. Ready? Spaghetti. Spaghetti has 3 syllables. Wonderful job. You guys are getting these syllables a lot faster than I thought we would. I'm so proud of you. My friends, I have written some partial words up here on the board, but in each of these words, the first letter is missing. I'm going to give you a hint and see if we can figure out what letter belongs there. So each one of these words starts with the K sound. And we learned last week that there are 2 letters that can make the K sound. Do you guys remember what they are? Letter K and letter C. Both of those letters make K. So since letter C and letter K both make the K sound, we need to look at the rule that's going to help us figure out which one to use. Because we know that these words are going to start with K, but we don't know which letter, K or C, to use unless we learn a new spelling rule. So here's the rule. Are you ready? When a word begins with the K sound, we're going to use letter K if it has an I, an E, or a Y after it. So we have to look at the blank, and if it has an I, an E, or a Y right next to it, we're going to use letter K. We use letter C if that first spot is followed by an A, an O, a U, or any consonants. So it's important for us to pay attention to the letter that comes after the initial position because that's going to tell us whether to use a K or a C. So let's look at each of these words and see if we can figure out whether it's K or C. So in this first word, what is the second letter? A. That's right. And if you remember from our spelling rule, we're going to use C if it's followed by A, O, U, or any other consonants. So that means that this word is going to start with a C. Wonderful! Let's read this word. K-at, cat. So we know that this is starting with a C instead of a K because it has an A after it. So I'm going to underline that A. To help us remember, we need to look at the second letter to figure out the first letter. Let's look at the next one. Over here, what letter do we have after the first letter? Letter I. What letter do we use if it's an I after the first letter? Yes, we're going to use letter K if it's an E, an I, or a Y. So I'm going to write letter K in that blank. And let's read this word. K-it, kit. Wonderful! Let's try the last one. What letter do we have after the initial position? Letter L. Do you guys remember which one we're going to use if it has a consonant? Because we know that letter L is a consonant. So are we going to use C or K? Yes, we're going to use C. Because anytime it has A, O, U, or a consonant, we use letter C. So I wrote letter C in this blank. Now let's read this word. K-o-ip, clip. Great job! I really hope that this helps us remember when to use C and K because it can be confusing when two letters can make the same sound. But this little spelling rule should help you as you get ready to spell words on your own. Okay, sweet friends, we're almost done with whole group phonics, but I wanted to do a quick review of all those letters we've been learning over the last, gosh, I guess it's been 4 weeks now. We've been online learning for 4 weeks. How crazy is that? You guys have already learned so much. We're going to practice all these letters we've been learning. So Miss Neal's going to hold up a letter card and you guys tell me what the letter is. Here we go. R. F. D. N. Z. A. L. I. G. S. T. H. P. O. C. K. Wonderful! You guys have remembered mostly all of these letters. I am so proud of you. Tomorrow we'll spend some time going over our key words. We're gonna have to start spacing it out because look how many we've already learned. We are learning lots and lots of new stuff and it's so awesome. We're gonna be superstar readers before you know it. Bye, my friends.